오늘은 실험 방송입니다. 오늘 읽을 때 Miss Honey. Matilda was a little late in starting school. Most children begin primary school at 5 or even just before, but Matilda's parents, who weren't very concerned one way or the other about their daughter's education, have forgotten to make the proper arrangements in advance. She was 5.5 when she entered school for the first time. The village school for younger children was a brick building called Cruncham's Hall Primary School. It had about 250 pupils, aged from 5 to just under 12 years old. The head teacher, the boss, and the super commanders of this establishment was a formidable Swedish-aged lady whose name was Miss Trunchbull. Naturally, Matilda was put in the bottom class, where there were 18 other small boys and girls about the same age as her. Their teacher was called Miss Honey when she could not have even been more than 23 or 24. She had a lovely pale over Madonna face with blue eyes, and her hair was light brown. Her body was so slim and fragile as one got feelings that if she fell over she could smash into 1,000 pieces like a porcelain figure. Miss Jennifer Honey was a mild and quiet person who never raised her voice and was seldom seen to smile. But there is no doubt she possessed rare gift for being otherwise every small children under her care. She seemed to understand totally the bewilderment and fears that so often overwhelm young children who for the first time in their lives are herded into a classroom and told to obey orders. Some curious warmth that was almost sanguine shone out of Miss Honey's face when she spoke to a confused and homesick newcomer to the class. Miss Trunchbull, the headmistress, was not something else altogether. She was a gigantic Holy Cyrus, a fierce triangle monster who frightens the life out of the pupils and teachers alike. There was a wrathful of menace about her even at a distance, and when she came up close you could almost feel the dangerous heat radiating from her as from a red-hot rod of metal. When she marched, Miss Trunchbull never walked. She always marched like a stormtrooper with long strides and arms swinging as she marched along rise and corridors. You could actually hear her snoring as she went, and if a group of children happened to be in her path, she plods right on through them like a tank, with more people bouncing off her to left and right. Thank goodness we don't meet many people like her in this world, although they do exist, and all for us all likely to come across at least one of them in a lifetime. If you ever do, you should behave as you would if you met an orange rhinoceros out in the bush. Climb up the nearest tree and stay there until it has gone away. This woman, in all in the Tri-Cities and in her appearance, is almost impossible to describe, but I shall make some